Hello everyone, my name is Randy Gilson. I own Randyland. Randyland is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in old Allegheny City. How are you today? I have a lot of different tapes on things that I thought in the gardens and the totem poles and so forth, and I thought maybe you'd like to see my cavern walk. Yes, I went ahead and I built a cavern in my hallway. It goes all the way to the third floor, and I built it all out of different kind of stone. So I thought maybe you'd like to today take a little cavern walk inside my house and see the kind of art and stuff that I go ahead and I create that helps, I guess, me excel my thoughts on art and creativity. You've heard of man caves, you've heard of all kind of other recreational rooms and so forth. Well, I decided that I wanted to do a cavern. Why not a cavern? A cavern's a cool thing. So that's at the first floor, and it goes all the way to the third floor. I put art all over the walls. I haven't painted it yet, but it's kind of neat the way it looks, and I'm going to go ahead and get it painted up pretty soon, and then that's going to be another interesting project here at Randyland at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So hey, come on over to Randyland and let's take a tour of the cavern talk. Here we go. This is going into my house, the front door, and it says best home. Yay, it is the best home in the world because it's my home. Everywhere you live, you should be proud of. And this is the entranceway of the cavern. I got this old rug for $300 out of the, I guess, the discount place. I don't have a lot of money, but it's like a really groovy rug. Okie dokie. And I had to restore my wall over here, and so that's a neat brick wall. But this is what I'm talking about. This is a normal wall, and we did different types of things on it, and all the way up this step we have art. It's really kind of neat. It goes all the way down, and you notice a different texture, different textures for different ideas. I wanted to make sure that we got lots of texture in the art. I didn't want things to be the same way. I wanted it to kind of like pop off, to be 2 or 3 dimensional. And there's a lot of different types of designs and so forth. In here you'll see this is a swirl, and this is also a swirl. But then over here it's completely different. I'm not sure what all the styles are, but this is kind of groovy. And then of course here's a giant wall here that was all done with all this interesting art as well, all the way through. I haven't painted it. I'm not sure exactly how I will paint it, but I call it my cavern. You can call it whatever you want, but it's a 3-story area that I went ahead and I did a lot of texture to teach others that you don't have to have the same thing in your house. A lot of people do this in commercial places, but they don't do it in their own home. So it turned out really kind of neat. Okay, we're going to go to the next wall here. This is kind of like fire. So when we did this one here, it was kind of neat. I tried to make it pop off the wall, 2 or 3 dimensional. And then I stuck a lot of tape on it. You'll see here, so that way you see interesting lines. It looks like fire. And we went ahead, and you can see that this is all swirly all the way up the wall. So I'll probably make this like orange and yellow. And this is kind of a primitive looking bone thing. When you go to the top of my ceiling, got lots and lots and lots of different things all the way up the walls. It's kind of crazy in my life. I don't stop thinking, and I don't stop doing. Your life should be rewarding, and that every day you do new things to teach yourself happiness and wisdom and creativity. And it's just how I think. I don't want to waste my days. I don't want to to do simple things. I want my life to be complex, and that way it will be ever educational. There you go. Neat stuff. This is all floating off my blue ceiling. Crazy, huh? Isn't it crazy? Look at that long picture. It's like a bunch of floating satellites in, I guess, in space. Here we go. We're going to go to the next wall up here. Seems like it's getting a little dark up here, so I'm not sure. This is like a stalactite up here. It goes all the way through. It kind of wraps around the corner, actually. So that's a neat idea. Yep. And again, you notice the texture, it kind of like jumps off. And then over this side, it's kind of like the same texture, like a stalactite. It's really, really interesting how we had this, how we did this together. A gentleman by the name of Johnny, he's really, really good at this. And he didn't know why I wanted to do this, but he was a professional plasterer, a friend of mine. And we used I bet you about 6 or 7 techniques on this wall so that we would be able to have fun. Okay, go up on the ceiling, and I'm going to turn this way. Here we are. More art. Yes, sirree. Very different stuff, huh? I took tape and I went ahead and I started doing all this tape on the wall, and then we went ahead and every layer we wanted to do in different patterns, so it would give a lot of technique and ideas. This is kind of a bird looking piece right here, a lot of little commons or atoms or so forth on this particular wall. And then we're going to jump up to this wall here. This is an interesting wall. A lot of cool art on this wall as well. Neat, huh? Yeah, kind of neat. This wall here, I kind of did a city line, and I thought that was interesting. This is my new staircase, and I'll just show you. And I wanted to do something fun, so I made this. It's kind of like whenever you watch a Hawaiian movie or an island. Took a bunch of tape and taped it all off and came up with this idea. This here is some more ceilings here, and I'm going to take you outside my house because I put a new pair of stairs in here, and I wanted to go ahead and let me jump up here fast so I don't waste the tape. And I thought this is a great perspective of Randyland from bird's eye view. So a lot of people can see my house as though they were in an airplane. A lot of different art. You've seen those other movies that I have, and so the other movies are pretty much about the art or the gardens of Randyland. But to see the bird view, the helicopter view, might be kind of neat for some folks. I have a paraffin wall, so I can come pretty close to the edges and all that stuff here. Here's my stars up on my roof. Neat. Okay, and I guess the last thing I'm going to talk about is the city of Pittsburgh, and we're going to wrap around. And here we are to the wonderful city seen by my rooftop deck. It's a great, great city, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I have this great wall that allows me to stand up like I was in a mountain, seeing the entire city of Pittsburgh. I can walk to downtown Pittsburgh in just 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, I can go to my job and the hospitals. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful neighborhood with all the mountains around me. And I can stand up on my roof, and a lot of hawks are all over the place, and birds. It's just so beautiful up here. It's very tranquil, and I can look down on my neighborhood and see all the friends that I have here, and heck, you can almost jump across to this house right across the street, and